Hello, you have a visitor waiting to see you.
Okay. I wasn't expecting any visitors.
Follow me to the visiting room, someone wanted to talk to you.
Hello, Dylan. How are you?
I am doing good. Hey, the reason why I'm here is that I wanted to go ahead and try to get you out. I spoke to one of my attorney and make an arrangement to bail you out early.
Oh wow, really?
I know that you weren't the one that caused the robbery. You weren't the one that robbed that bank 2 years ago. They were all lies and the evidence they collected were such a lie and they knew that.
They thought I had a weapon, which it wasn't mine, and I never shot anyone or even put my hands or my little finger on that gun.
The good news is that I made an arrangement to go in front of the judge and prove to them that you weren't the shooter. I mean, they should have just taken a fingerprint sample to match the fingerprint on the gun.
Darn it. That would have been something police should have had done a long goddamn time ago.
Angie had went around the city of New Orleans to found a bail bonds to come to bail you out.
Which means that it would take some time to finally collect the right evidences against me, which there never will. They'll find that the fingerprint on the gun wasn't matched my fingerprint, and they can just look at the surveillance footage from that day when I went to the bank.
Which mean that I am a co-signer on the bond. You'll have to show up in court or else they can issue a bench warrant and revoke your bond for failure to appear.
I know that.
I did talk to my police chief in charge if he can allow me to bond anyone out, even me and cousin Peyton are cops.
And what did he say?
He said it's okay as long as I follow the proper protocol. Even though I wasn't even supposed to bail anyone out of jail, I did it because I know that you were innocent and you never did something like this.
Well, it's within your rights to do so. No one will tell you not to do it. I got my ass arrested 2 years ago, which when you guys were either in a Season 1 or Season 2 era.
I went to the evidence room in Phoenix Police Department, which I managed to get the evidences and crack down the fingerprint on the gun, and I brought my own CSI teams to do it. If Phoenix Police Department can't do a darn thing about it, then we will.
I already know that they probably tampered with the evidence.
If that was the case, then we'll get the fingerprint of the person tampering with the evidence as well. We'll probably use it against them in the court of law.
What if they were wearing a rubber gloves to hide the fingerprint?
Then we would refer to the CCTV footage. I have to find any way to get it without Phoenix PD knowing about it. I would require a high-skilled person that knows what they're doing and a great skills to hack their security system.
Well, that's all on you. I am not have any part of this all of the hacking activity.
Why don't you just ask the PD to speak to the chief of command? They'll listen to you. And oh, don't forget to actually mention that you're the police's officer from New Orleans Police Department in the state of Louisiana, and they're being investigated for the crime committed like tampering with evidences.
Well, this probably going to be a piece of cake.
Oh, Angie, you know you're in the prison, right?
Yeah, why?
What you're saying is like you're about to commit a crime.
Don't tell me that this was recorded.
You know that anything you do or say can be used against you in the court of law. The phone you're calling me through is being recorded.
Yeah, like it's a collect calls or something.
Don't say it, Angie.
This is probably a collect calls.
Anyway, I'll just play a waiting game and see if the bail bondsman will show up from New Orleans just to come bail me out of here.
I already spoke to them before I came here. They just arrived in Arizona. They'll come to bail you out hopefully by tonight or tomorrow. I don't know any updates until tonight. I am still in the process of getting someone to come down and talk to you.
Which means that they may or may not release me without bonds. Well, this is the last of the time of my life in a prison cell for something I didn't do. I'll get out soon. I better think about what the court is going to say about this. Nah, I don't need to worry about this. I'll get out when the warden tells me it's time.
Good news, Lauren. You're being released.
Finally getting out of this crap-loaded prison.
Open the cell number 64.
Well, at least you finally getting out of prison.
Are you talking to me?
Yep.
Oh, well, I am finally out in time to prove to the court that I never put a finger on a weapon.
I did heard the whole conversation about it when you were in the visitor room. I think you're innocent person. I don't think you even deserve to be locked up for something you didn't do.
That's what she said.
I highly recommended that you get your record expunged. When they do that, 1. They remove your felony record from your name and return it to the clean state 2. Once they do that, the felony that was under your name will no longer exist and your record will be clean like it was never there before to begin with.
I think you're right. Even with this felony on my record, I'll never get to go visit the country I dream of going one day, and it would probably be a lot harder to get in once I get a felony charges.
Not when you get your record expunged, they'll never know it's there because it's not going to show up in the database worldwide. Even if it did, there will be a note attached to it to let them know like, hey, this so-and-so got this record expunged and the record is no longer valid.
Darn it, I knew what they were doing, and they're such a lying prick, and they knew that.
I think there's such an horrible person that does something like that. I would highly recommend that you sued the Phoenix Police Department. That is a big payday for you.
Oh.
Alright, Lauren, watch your step and watch your head as you exit the car.
Well, Freedom, here I come.
That's good that you're finally out.
Remember what I told you, just show up in court and don't get a bench warrant or you'll end up back in jail. I am your co-signer and I will know that.
I know that. I'll have a lot of explaining to do. Just gather all of the evidence you could find and prove to them that I was innocent.
Angie has all of that under control.
I mean, they won't have enough evidence to prove me guilty because I did nothing wrong.
Well, you have nothing to hide, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be just fine.
I pretty much proved my innocences.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll get those charges dismissed.
Alright, let's get out of here. We need to head to downtown Phoenix. There's a restaurant my good close friend Louise recommended me to. She'd been to this restaurant before when she came to Arizona like 2 years ago. She said that the food there was pretty good. But don't want to keep the Weaver family waiting too long since they were just in town at the same time. They'll be in the area close to our hotel. It's pretty funny because they stay in the same hotel as us and across the hall from our room.
They actually gave us a ride here to come pick you up. We flew all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana to Phoenix, Arizona just to come and get you out of prison.
So what does that mean?
Your mom is back in New Orleans and at our house, which means that you're going to be riding back with us all the way to New Orleans, Louisiana. So you're going to be expecting to be in the van with us and the Weaver family for 22 hours and 44 minutes.
Good thing that we're heading on the little road trip back across the country.
Which means that we'll going through our home state to the other side, and we'll just as well give you a tour of Dallas since we are going that way anyway, and you get to see and visit mine and cousin Peyton's hometown, because we were both born in that city.
And you get to see my hometown as well. I was born in Henderson, Texas, and we are going that way once we leave Dallas and before we get to the state border of Louisiana and before we head to Shreveport.
I probably visit my mom while we are in Dallas. I haven't seen my mom in years and I really miss her. Oh, Harper wanted to see us as well. She has something she need help with at her shop, so we're going over there and see what it was.
Who is Harper?
Do you know Harper Zilmer?
Oh, I know who that is. I must have had heard of her. She was an Instagram star and a YouTuber. I hope that whatever she needs help with wasn't as stupid as it looks.
I would think that whatever task she needs help with at her shop is probably all stupid and simple. At least we'll get all of the easy ones done.
Well, I can't wait to meet her. My dreams finally came true. I was dreaming about this the other day and it's finally happening.
Where do I turn, Dylan?
Just keep going straight and then turn left and keep going straight and you should see the hotel on the right.
Okay, just let me know if I go the wrong way.
Alrighty then, it's on the right so it's not very hard to miss it.
Lauren.
Yes, Angie.
When we get back to New Orleans, I'll need your help at the office. I am packing my stuff in boxes. I'll need my stuff nicely packed and my office to be cleaned and wiped down. And please have my things ready to be taken out to my truck on January 6, 2025. Sadly, I am leaving the office permanently once the new owner comes in.
Because Peyton doesn't work for Aaliyah anymore, and things weren't going well because she made Peyton angry and ended up quitting. Now Angie doesn't want to do all her stuff for her channel on her own, so she decided to give up the ownership of her channel that they both worked on for the last couple of years since October of 2020 and passed it on to Presley and Valentina.
Oh, that's alright. I understand where everything is going. I understand what you two are going through for the last couple of months now.
It was all my fault. Now I got myself into this mess and I have to take the ownership of my wrongdoing.
It's understandable. Everyone makes mistakes. I knew what you did since I saw one of your posts on your Instagram page, and now you have to take that and learn from it so you know not to do it again.
Quick fun facts about you and your sister or your cousin. Just whoever she was to you. I know everything about you and her since 2017. You guys were actually made an appearance and been around as soon as I first started my YouTube channel.
This was way before Aaliyah had her first YouTube channel. This was my pleasure to be around before all of this.
This was why my channel got so popular, so I started my cousin's channel to bring more characters to the table. I slammed my paper down on a table, which is a contract. It was first signed by Angie in September 15, 2019. She didn't make her first video until October 16, 2020.
So you're going to be doing the same way with Presley when she takes the office on January 6, 2025.
Yes, and yes. I am going to be doing the same way with Presley when she takes the office. The contract with Angie extended to 4 years and the contract didn't start and effective until January 6, 2020. She did sign the contract on September 15, 2024 and won't be effective until January 6, 2025.
I think it's probably because we've been around way longer than Aaliyah's channel has been around for.
Well, that was kinda true. I had this channel since August of 2019, so I would say 6 years and 5 months on YouTube. To be honest, it wasn't as exciting and as best as the channel like the channel used to be in the last few years.
It's because you choose to be with that bestie girl at school instead of focusing on your channel and your fan base. So this is pretty much your own fault. You need to step up and own up to it and not do it again. Like I said, you need to take responsibility for your own action and maybe you'll get far in your YouTube career.
Angie, do you remember what happened with the girl and the mom?
Yeah, why?
You lied to your dad about me putting her in the video and you also lied to your friend's mom about this too. This is why I didn't want to work for you anymore. Yes, this gave me a reason to be angry about. You had lied about me and you don't care. You had made a big mistake and you did this to yourself.
Well, let's all be happy that this channel will be in a good hand of someone else.
She wanted to add her to her channel and I told her that this is a bad idea. It's because I don't want to get into legal trouble. So she resisted it and do it anyway after I told her not to. She doesn't listen.
Aaliyah, is this true?
Well, to be honest with you, yes, most of it was my own fault. I think it's time to own up to my mistake and be held liable. I think I wasn't thinking twice before I did it. Cousin Peyton, I am sorry for putting you through this. I know I didn't know this was going to happen, but I'll think twice next time. At least this I did in fact learned my valuable lesson.
Let's keep it that way for now and let's forget this like it never happened.
I totally agree with you.